Hello and welcome everyone to the stream. We are about to get ready to get underway here for the final round of the Tier 2 season. And we are at Brazil. Let me just complete the sponsorship. We are sponsored by Rogue Energy. Please use the discount code PHX at checkout if you would like to buy some of their products. It would help to support us, and you get a lovely 10% discount, so that is hard to beat. So let me just, yes, indeed, I hope you are craving some sweet, sweet Rogue, because that would help us very much. So we get underway here, and as you can see, it is a wet session. Nadim is going to lead us out of the garage. So it's going to take us on the first lap so far. So although the championship is decided, there are still several positions in Tier 2 yet to be decided. Yes, indeed. And as you can hear, we do have Nadim with us, who is going to be our man on the ground as well as Trexie. Trexie here too. Excellent. So we have got two drivers slash commentators tonight who will be talking us through their thoughts in the race. As I might want to update the title. Oh, is the title wrong? Oh, sorry. Did I get the title wrong? I will update the title after. Because it says Miami. Yeah, no problem. I'll update the title after this race then, to show the correct racetrack, and I will get it right for Tier 1, where the spiciness happens. But anyway, for now, Nadim then is going to take us around for a lap. Purple Sector 1. But he's the first man to set a first sector. Yeah, thank you, Lobster. Nadine doing a good job through the second sector here. Carrying the speed around that hairpin very well indeed. Hello, Med. Good to see you on the stream. Med. Yes, we do, of course, miss Med. We like to see when he is on track, and that is a 16.9 then from Nadim to kick off the session. What is Trexie going to do in behind? Trexie with the 17.4 to go P2 at the moment. Demon is next across the line with the 16.7. Ghost Rider with the 17.2. So on those first laps then, Demon is the one sitting on pole. Yes, good to have you with us, Med. Med is our Season 2 Tier 2 champion. Yeah, exams do have to come first. So, as Anatoly sets a 17.8. Yeah, exams do have to come first. It is that time of year. So, good luck on your exams, Med. I hope you do well. And everything goes okay for you, and then we can see you back on track soon. Yes, indeed. I think that is probably, Med says, it hurts to only see 5 drivers today. Yeah, I think that's probably a result of the number one, the World Cup being on tonight, which certainly has taken some drivers away. and also the fact that it is wet conditions. Generally, the wet conditions does reduce the number of drivers. So yeah, it is unfortunate, but hopefully when we get to next season, the competition for seats will be so high that it will keep the attendance high throughout the season. But anyway, Trexie then looks like he's going for another lap here. Let's go on board with the McLaren man. 3/10 improvement at the moment. He's been pushed down to P4. Ghost Rider popping it in P3 ahead of the McLaren man. It's half a second improvement at the moment. Purple sector 2. That's probably capped though, it normally is. And approaches the line. And Trexie improves to a 17.0 then, as Little Demon improves to a 16.5. So pushes it out a little bit. Ghost Rider does improve as well up to a 17.1, but it's not enough to take P3. So Trexie holds on to P3 at the moment. Looks like Trexie backing off from that lap now, as we see Nadim coming out of the pits, ready to go on a fresh hot lap. So let's just go on board with Nadim as we go around for a lap around the Brazilian circuit. Absolutely flat out towards the line here, and then it's a very short run to turn 1. Brake as late as you can on the outside. Third gear, clip this inside apex, keep it tight before we sweep to the right, and then left in this very long corner. You have to be so patient. Onto the second straight then. And as we then brake just after the 150, another fast left corner, and then patient on the throttle again in these conditions. Then we've got a fast shift down once, flick the car right, and just hold it on the edge of grip before we then get to the tight technical section. Down to third gear for Nadim, and third for the left-hander. Patient on the throttle as we build the speed back up again, and then into the right-hand hairpin. Clip that apex on the inside, let the car drift out wide, and then we got to be patient once again. The car really wanting to step out on us, but controlled well by Nadim as then we flick it left into the final effective corner on the circuit, because it's flat out from here. It's now Nadim confirming it is now too wet. So that is probably going to be the fastest times we're going to see this session as Nadim crosses the line. And it is not going to be an improvement. So with 10 minutes still to go in this session, the rain level has increased. Trexie looking at the wet tyre at the moment in the garage. But it's going to be extremely difficult, if not impossible, to improve your lap time out there. I think you're probably right. Ghost Rider doesn't make an improvement on that lap. It was 5 seconds off his pace. I assume that's probably a mistake somewhere. Anatoly is 2 seconds off his pace. And he boxes then. So he's had enough of these intermediate tyres. As Trexie leaves the pit on wet tyres. As we see a massive spin Trexie. Get some heat in those tires. So unfortunately, we're probably not really going to see much exciting qualifying action now for the rest of the session. Um, the driver's just going to be using this as a practice session to get their eye in for the wet conditions in the race. But we can just talk a little bit about the Brazilian circuit itself. One of the shorter tracks on the calendar. It's a very short lap time here, especially in the dry. Normally see times around about 1 minute 9 approximately, that kind of time. So yeah, the wet conditions obviously really push that time way up. But Brazil always generally generates a very exciting race. It's one of those old school kind of circuits. Been on the calendar for a very long time indeed. I probably should have looked up some statistics actually before the race. But it has been on a long time. Used to be the final race of the season actually. A lot of championships have been decided here in Brazil. It's one of those circuits that generally would end off the season as a massive crash Trexie, but it's not a car crash, it is a computer crash. So he is having to reset his computer. So massive game crash Trexie. So we might have a massive disconnect at Trexie here. So let's just, yep, Nadim just doing some donuts. I think that could be a massive penalty. Oh no, massive penalty, Nadim. So with less than 2 minutes now to go in the session, we are not far off getting to race time. And that is a massive crash, Trexie. Hopefully that is the only crash Trexie has today, otherwise the McLaren boss will not be very happy. So at the moment, Kevin, the team is in P2. There's probably not going to be an improvement from anyone because it is currently very wet weather indeed, as we see Ghost Rider doing some early donuts. So if you're just joining us, welcome. You are seeing a very wet Brazil, and these conditions will continue into the race. The drivers will be starting on intermediate tyres and then progressing to the very wets at some point. So difficult conditions to be out there on circuit today. So that is the end of the qualifying session. So there we go then. That is your qualifying results for today. Demon popping it on pole, the 16.5 to 1. Joining him on the front row will be Nadim. Trexie and Ghost Rider then share the second row with Anatoly then, bringing in the third row. Tricky conditions out there in qualifying today. And it's not going to get easier for the race. So, let's see how the drivers get on. If you're watching the stream with us today, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Always helps us. That's a very good question, actually, Kevin. Let me just, I will pop it on intermission. Let me just check what the qualifying times in open tier was. So in qualifying, in open tier, it was a 16.0. So actually, yep, half a second faster than Little Demon. So a very quick lap indeed on an open tier. So as we join back in here, you can see drivers just taking us around for the initial cider lap here. You can see everyone is on the intermediate tires. We'll go with position change. That's probably going to be the only real information we need right now. Everyone's going to be on the same tires. There's going to be very little strategy involved here tonight. It's going to be all about survival. Exactly. You're just right. Thank you, Trexie. And Nadeem and Trexie will be telling us how the grip feels out there today. As the final driver then lines up on the grid, and we are about ready to go. And as the drivers drop the clutch, we are underway. Looks like a good start from Trexie. Pulls alongside the Ferrari around the outside of turn 1. Doesn't quite make it though, but Trexie's got the inside on the team for turn 2 as they nearly collide, I think. Yeah. Almost making contact, but everyone gets through nice and clean. Anatoly is up to P4 as well, so Trexie and Anatoly both making moves on that uh, first battle there. But Little Demon then leads the pack away. And now we can start to settle in for what is going to be the how few mistakes can you make Grand Prix. AWS showing us that absolutely crazy strategy. The Dame is extremely close to Trexie here. Could he be trying a move into turn 1? Demon leads the first lap, not quite on this lap. The issue here is that the drivers will not get DRS assistance. The only way to get past someone is to apply a ton of pressure and potentially force an error. In fact, the drivers will not have activated DRS at any point this weekend, as it is not active anywhere. Oh, Nadeem then making a move. Oh, but Trexie breaks latest and gets the position back again. So, interesting. So, could we potentially see some mechanical failure on the McLaren? The McLaren boss is going to have to look at that car and see what his mechanics did. Maybe some issues, but Trexie keeping up with Little Demon here quite well. I would have expected Demon to pretty much drive away from the field here, but Trexie doing a good job with the pace at the moment. But Nadeem just applying that pressure. Anatoly losing a little bit of time, dropping out of that 1 second window every now and again. while Ghost Rider stays close in behind. I think potentially Trexie is using extremely low wings here because he seems to catch up an awful lot on the straight. Interesting. So from our man on the ground, he's not using low wings. So we don't quite know what the explanation is for the extra top speed. Demon then, to help just push himself away a little bit, sets the fastest lap of the race at the moment, 18.3. Good lap from the Ferrari. Good to see the pack just staying really close together. And as we finish lap 5 here, Trexie's starting to really feel that pressure from the team. He's very close behind now, only 2 tenths. As Little Demon pushes that fastest lap even further, down to a 118. As Nadim goes massively wide and cuts a bit of the grass. So a little bit of a mistake there from the Aston Martin man, but he's still extremely close to the McLaren. No, indeed you don't. Oh, Nadim making a move! Down the inside of the hairpin. What a move. But Trexie's going to have the inside then for the next corner. Is he going to hold on to it? Oh, change camera. That's not helpful. Nadim's still around the outside. Who's going to be better on the traction? Looks like Nadim. But they're going to fight all the way to the line. Trexie comes out on top. That superior top speed. Just pulling him in front. They've both lost time to Demon and Anatoly as a result of that. But at the moment, Trexie out on top for now in this battle. Indeed, indeed. Just putting on a show for the fans. We like to see it. But Trexie then letting us know that the traction just really starting to struggle now. 8 laps into this race. I wonder, is that rain getting heavier? And when is the switchover point going to be? Damon has enough of a gap at the moment that he could protect himself from any kind of undercut for the weather. So, barring any major mistakes, Damon has the advantage now. He can just wait to see what the drivers behind do. Is there anyone going to take the decision to box early onto the wets? Or is it better to hold out on these intermediate tires? As little Damon again pushes that fast lap down to a 17.9. First driver to break the 17s. I think I would agree. Well, you see, so Nadim, there's a question in chat for you. Tim asks, how does this affect LeBron's legacy? But I think I would like to ask, how does this affect Nadim, the King the Second, legacy? What do you think? We'll have to see. Yes, indeed, indeed. Still a long way to go. Trexie making a mistake, and the car stepping out on him. Nadim takes the advantage and now has the position. Can Trexie find a way back past? So now the top 3 back into the position they qualified in. All of that advantage that Trexie gained at the start of the race now handed back over. What can Nadim do? Can he start to squeeze that gap to little Demon down? These are the questions we are about to witness the answers to. But Trexie massively quick in a straight line. I think Trexie must be using some kind of, extra grip hack, extra boost button, Yeah, an extra 500 horsepower somewhere, Yeah, if he's not using those low wings, interesting. And Tim says, Nadim the Dream strikes again. Yes, indeed. Absolutely dream move from Nadim. Beautiful stuff. Okay, interesting. So, Trexie starting to struggle. And we can see that the car just wanting to oversteer everywhere. Needs more GT4, yes indeed. So yeah, Nadim is then starting to close that gap to Damon down. As Ghost Rider makes a move on Anatoly. Anatoly boxes. Anatoly boxes. So Anatoly going for the wrist to try and undercut / protect from the undercut. So interesting. Mark is an absolute meme lord though. So let's just see. Can Anatoly... Here we go then. We can end up seeing the drivers boxing very soon. Anatoly is out of the pits. How quick can Anatoly be on this outlap? This is going to be crucial. Interesting. Trexie thinks then that was the correct lap. So let's just see. Is Demon going to box? Let's see where he puts the car. He's not going to, so Demon stays out. Nadim boxes. Comes into the pit lane, gets it all slowed down. Trexie gets it slowed down too. Good job. And Ghost Rider then. So P2, 3, and 4 deciding to box here. All into their pit boxes. And do we come out on in the same order? We do. Anatoly now flying down the main straight. It's going to be crucial to absolutely nail this pit exit now for the drivers. Oh, Anatoly and Ghost Rider are going to be side by side! Anatoly has the run though! And he's got it! Anatoly back in front of Ghost Rider. Very little difference between the drivers though. So this crossover period, interestingly, very little difference between the intermediates and wets. So it's going to be interesting now. What does Demon decide to do? He carries on. He wants another lap on these intermediate tires. Yeah, he loves that overcut. So let's keep an eye then on the gap between Nadim and Damon. It's going to be interesting to see how much can Nadim cut that gap down by. And with Anatoly in front of Ghost Rider, he is closing down Trexie. Trexie could lose the podium position here. Brilliant, you make it lose. Yes. I am pretty sure Mark did say that. Your teammate boxes, or someone in front of you boxes. Oh, brilliant overtake. You made that look easy. Well, yeah. You don't say, Mark. So it looks like Nadim really kind of just holding position here on Demon. Not really making any progress, but not losing any time either. But Anatoly gaining on the McLaren man. And Anatoly gets great drive out of that final corner. Oh, Nadim, you don't want to be doing that. Keep it in a straight line. And the Red Bull gets great traction off the corners. Much better than the McLaren, but Trexie just has that straight line speed. And Damon then does box. Increase the gap a little bit to Nadim. So Damon should be able to come out in front of the Aston Martin driver. No problem. Let's just go on board with him though, just to see how he gets on. He is on that new tire now. And he is back underway. Nadim is too far back to be able to take advantage. He comes around. It's been closed. And you're right, Trexie then is closing up on Nadim. As Anatoly also getting pulled along. I wonder, is the field going to bunch back up again? We could see, a bit of a shift in the balance of pace here. Little Demon's going to take a lap or two to get used to these wet tires, whereas Nadim has been racing around on these tires for a few laps now. Interesting. So, interesting that Nadim was more comfortable on the intermediates, but... Oh, absolutely brilliant catch there, Trexie. Thank you very much. Ghost Rider does make it through then for P4 and pushes the Red Bull down to P5. So early in the stint, Anatoly certainly had the pace to challenge the McLaren in front, but Trexie's just found that little bit extra pace to just pull away, which meant then that the Red Bull's fallen into the clutches of the Mercedes. Can Ghost Rider put the pressure now on the McLaren? Interesting. So we're hoping that the field would bunch up a little bit, but it's looking like we're starting to get a bit of spread here. Oh, Anatoly, I think, has made a bit of a mistake. Coming out of turn 2, got a bit of oversteer and has lost time to the Mercedes in front. So that gives Ghost Rider then a little bit of room to release the pressure on himself and apply a bit of pressure in front. Yes, indeed. Because it's just going to take that little bit of aero away from your own wings. Dirty are much less of an effect in F122. Oh, interesting. Yeah, Demon. Um, so, so, interesting. Let's just go check his telemetry, see what's going on. A little bit of oversteer. So, Trexie, if you could just confirm this. Apparently, Shanae is saying that um, he gave you his setup, but apparently you didn't even know. Did he? Okay. Okay, okay. Good stuff. Well, whatever it is, you've made a very good decision because it's very good in a straight line. Yes, indeed. Yes. Yeah. And then once you got to the straight, you were like a rocket ship. Yeah, in Zoom. That was awesome. That was a very good race indeed. Yes, indeed. So gap between Nadim and Demon now. Try to say that 5 times fast. Below 2 seconds. So not quite sure what was going on with the Ferrari, but he's lost a lot of his advantage. Yeah, not quite sure. Because we weren't on board at the time, it's difficult to tell. Ah, interesting. I wonder, is it a little bit of nervousness then? Yes, indeed. Massive fast Trexie. Yes, indeed. It's going to be interesting to see if Ghost Rider can do anything on Trexie here. Yeah, yeah. So Ghost Rider trying to apply that pressure to get himself onto the podium, but yeah, it's going to be difficult. Gets a very good exit from the final corner. But then the McLaren just pulls. Oh, but Ghost Rider catching up. Is he going to make a move on the brakes? He's not. Not this time. But he was extremely close. Ghost Rider trying everywhere he can here, going a bit wide. No, I will not, because that would be engineering, I'm afraid. But I know how much he's got, because I just checked. Yes, he can. Uh-oh. Trexie could be vulnerable here. Gets on the overtake button. Is it going to be enough? Ghost Rider very wide. Oh, he's not going to have the legs to take advantage at this point. So he's going to have to settle in behind the McLaren for another lap. Ghost Rider potentially has a little bit more pace than Trixie, but the McLaren just defending so well right now. Nadeem was slowly catching up to Demon for a while, but that gap is starting to extend back out again, up to 2.5 seconds. Oh, but there is a big mistake! And Demon is slow out of the final corner. Nadeem now right on the gearbox. So, little Demon not having an easy time of it here. And now he's going to get a rear view mirror full of Aston. Yep, friendly reminder that there are more drivers in this race. It's been a while since he's seen another driver, so yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. Oh! Trexie nearly doing some donuts, but keeps the car in a straight line. Interesting. So we could see a bit of strategy here. I think you're right. Except for Demon, yep. So, I wonder who is going to go on to the second set of wets first. If anyone. We have got 12 laps to go. So the drivers have been on these wet tires for 12 laps already. Let's just bring up that statistic, actually. Interestingly, everyone, well, apart from little Demon, who's only got 9-lap-old wets, his are a little bit younger. Yes, indeed, yeah. JP is now in the chat saying, "Go Nadeem." So Nadeem, you have got an Aston supporter. Hey, yeah, JP, you're supposed to support McLaren, but it's because we like Nadeem, isn't that right? Yeah, Nadeem's cool. Yeah. Let me just actually, JP meant go all drivers because all drivers are awesome, isn't that right, JP? Yeah. Of course we do. Of course we do. Of course we do, Trexie. We all do. But Nadeem is very close to Demon now. Not close enough to make a move on this occasion, but he's right there applying pressure. JP now says, "Oops, go Trexie." So now, Trexie and Ghost Rider going side by side as well. We almost missed that, but Trexie comes out on top. So, unfortunately, we didn't see any of that because we were watching the battle for the lead. Oh no! Ghost Rider makes a mistake. It is a massive crash safety car. So that is a full course. That is a full course safety car. Unfortunately, that is it then from Ghost Rider. The Mercedes man just making. So, interestingly, here on lap 25 of 36, We have got a full course safety car. Damon boxes. Nadim boxes. It is indeed. So, everyone on the stream, hope you're excited for this last third. Anatoly continues. This is the question. I don't think he is. I don't think he is. He is. So, he is. So, interestingly, Anatoly then has ended up in P1. So, this has just got insanely exciting. Hopefully, you're all excited for this one, guys. Of course it's not, because we've got some of the best racers in Phoenix. He is. That is the ultimate question. Every position right now is up for grabs. We have got... Yeah. Yeah. So Anatoly then does decide to box, so he feels that he's going to be... Yeah. Yeah, so... So, this is going to be spicy. And oh, this is going to be interesting. No, definitely not. This is absolutely great content, guys. So, thank you very much. This is a good idea, having drivers that are actually in the race. I like. What do you... yeah, I wonder who came up. Yeah, that's right, exactly. Guys on the stream, what do you think? Do you like having some commentary from the drivers on track? But anyway, we have got then the safety car in this lap. Anatoly has caught back up to the back of the field, so we are about to go racing. Little Damon is controlling the pace right now. Don't pull alongside, because that's a new rule for F122. Now, you're not allowed to pull alongside each other under safety car conditions, and Damon goes very late indeed. He doesn't want to give anyone the slippy down the main straight. So we all hold position into turn one. Everyone nice and careful. Yes, indeed. Very clever from the Ferrari man. But we still have 8 laps to go. And a lot can happen in 8 laps, especially when we have got 4 drivers within 2 seconds. No one with time penalties yet, so everyone keeping it extremely clean here. Brazil, one of those tracks where you really don't want to go towards the edge of the track because you've got grass everywhere. But there are certainly some places where it's easy to go wide. And talking about going wide, massive wide Nadim. Now the question is, how much can Trexie catch up in a straight line? Nadim's going to have the slippy from Little Demon. And gaining, but it's not quite enough. Oh, Nadim again! Way out! Almost in the stands. Doesn't lose any time as a result. Or much time, anyway. Oh, this is interesting. Let's just take a look at the difference in ERS. We can see the difference in ERS there now. Let's just check the whole field, actually. So, interestingly, that driver is the one with the most ERS at the moment. And so we can see that this driver currently has the ERS advantage. I'm not going to mention names because that would mean engineering certain drivers within the stream here. Demon making a little mistake there, getting getting on throttle a little too early there, getting a bit twitchy. The car has got to be insanely difficult to keep under control right now. And we're going to go on board with Nadim as he closes up really close to the Ferrari, dumps loads of ERS, gets into the slippy, 3/10. But the advantage maintains in the Ferrari's favour right now. So for now, it remains. That is a good question indeed. Something to check after. No problem. At least it's the same for everyone. But yeah, something to check after the race. But anyway, we're getting an extremely good look at this Ferrari gearbox. Oh, Nadim going big wide. Getting on the throttle just a little bit too early. Anatoly now very close to Trexie as well, but that straight line speed from the McLaren is just insane. Oh, Trexie, careful on the weaving. That was fine. It was a defensive maneuver and then back to the racing line. So okay for now. As Anatoly catches up a lot on the brakes, so the Red Bull very good in the braking zone. I wonder, can he look at making a dive bomb? Not going to be on this occasion. No, everyone here tonight, very good racers indeed. We've seen some very close racing, but it's all been exceptionally clean. So, brilliant stuff from these guys tonight. Oh, Nadim, extremely close, but he's out of ERS. It's going to be very difficult to make a pass from here. Wow. Yeah, that is actually a good point. I shouldn't really give out that information. But Nadim knew it, and Trexie's too far behind. Yeah. Oh, but Nadim's got an excellent run here on Demon. Demon moves to the inside, but the straight line speed of the Ferrari is just too high for the Aston to be able to take advantage on this time, and that might have been the only opportunity. As Nadim is forced to just crawl through this sector. Arguably, he's quicker than the Ferrari, but the Ferrari just has enough straight line speed to be able to hold on to it. But Nadim is close once again. Gets on the throttle really well. Oh no! Demon makes a mistake! He oversteers on the application of throttle. Nadim is through for the lead of the race. 3 laps to go here in Brazil. Can Demon make his way past? He has that straight line advantage. Trexie holding down that P3 though, because he has the straight line advantage over the Red Bull. He's there applying pressure though. Yeah, hopefully so. Yeah, no problem, Chris. Hopefully you're enjoying the stream anyway, because this has been insane. No! Demon has made a mistake and he's around! He spun it! Is Trexie going to get past? Not quite, not quite! That was potentially so. We'll need to take a look at that after the race. But Trexie now right on Demon's gearbox. And those tyres have got to be cooked. Oh, this is absolutely crazy. An almost dominant race from the Ferrari man, but the safety car threw a spanner in the works. It was all about mistakes. That is exactly right. Trexie has massive straight line speed. Can he make a move here? He's pulling up very close indeed. Goes to the inside. Oh, Demon goes wide off on the grass. Trexie is through, as is the Red Bull. As it all unravels for the Ferrari man. He had this race almost in the bag. And Trexie now through for P2. Can Anatoly make his way into P2? Can the Dame carry on this race without any mistakes? No! Anatoly makes contact with Trexie. And the Ferrari makes his way through. The contact with Trexie caused him to lose position to the Ferrari. Oh, this is an absolutely mad. Yes, indeed. Here we go. Nadim enters the final lap of the race. Let's go on board with Trexie as he pulls up onto the gearbox of Little Demon, pulls to the inside, is down the inside, but Demon goes around the outside instead. Trexie now is going to have the drive down this second straight. Can he make the move before the next corner? He's not going to make it. He's going to have to sit behind for the final sector. As Nadeem commentates his own win. Nadeem comes across the line to win the final round of the season. Demon approaches the line to come home P2. As Trexie then comes across the line for P3, crashing into the Ferrari. Anatoly comes home P4. That is an unfortunate result for Trexie there. The contact losing him position. But there we go. Nadeem coming out onto the podium. And there we see it. Confirmation. Nadeem is the winner of the final race of the season. Little Demon comes home P2 with the fastest lap. Trexie P3. Anatoly then taking the fourth position. Ghost Rider unfortunately DNFing in that race. He'll be disappointed with that one to not finish this season on a high. But that is racing. That certainly spiced things up with that race. So yeah, definitely. Do report everything you saw tonight. So let's just carry on with our interviews. So Nadeem, how do you feel about that race? Probably really we can't talk too much because you basically told us everything already. Wow. There we go. So we are going to have an absolutely electric season 2. Or season 3 rather, sorry. Thank you very much for that, Nadeem. Trexie, how do you feel about that race? Yeah. Excellent, excellent. Good stuff then. Um, oh. Uh, sorry, just before you go, guys. Wait, you couldn't hear them on the stream? Um, oh, you couldn't hear those guys? Could you hear the game audio? You could only hear me that whole race? Uh, really? So you couldn't hear Nadeem or Traxi that whole race? Okay, sorry about that, guys. We did have commentary from Nadeem and Trexie, that whole race, but unfortunately, it didn't come through for you. But hopefully, my excitement showed enough to for to make it count anyway. But thank you very much anyway for joining us. We're gonna have to leave it there. Apologies for the technical difficulties. We're gonna try and fix that for the tier one stream tonight, so that you can hear everyone. Um, and the game as well. And hopefully we can we can bring you interviews then as well. Apologies to everyone on that. I have been Maverick, and I would get everyone else to say something, but you won't be able to hear them. But I have been Maverick, and we've had Nadim and Trexie here as well. That has been an incredible race. We went motor racing. Hopefully we'll see you in a short